Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is part 2 on the SAAB 2008 93 2.0 turbo that I have a random misfire issue, and we proceed with the diagnosis. Alright, so for those that haven't seen the part 1 on this series, I'm going to put a link at the bottom of this, in the description of this video. And I want also to go ahead and show what I have done. So on the last part of the video, I told everybody that I was going to take the car for a test drive. The car is definitely improved. I didn't have any misfire code this morning when I took the car for a test drive, and I'm going to show you what I have done. I'm actually going to adjust it a little bit. As I mentioned on the part 1, for me there is no misfires. It's just like the NOx sensor is too sensitive and is reporting wrongly misfires that are not misfires, are just engine vibrations. So luckily for me, I'll tell for the win this time has a special function that you can adjust the sensitivity of the NOx counters, and that's how I have them. The engine is running very smooth. I have no problems with that. It was just a misfire code with no misfires. So let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm sitting in the car right now, and yeah, it's better if I'm here because this is a manual transmission, so you need to be here. So I just set the ignition on. I'm going to auto detect. So this is a 2008 93 Sport. We're going to go to control unit, engine control. And just to start fresh, I'm going to do two things. First, reset the misfire count. In the first part, for those again that haven't seen it, this car in idle will very fast increase the misfire counts to especially on cylinder 3 and 4, to probably 250 to 300 in 5 minutes at the most. Sometimes even quicker than that. No misfire counters as soon as you go off idle. And cylinder 1 and 2 will raise up, not as quick as 3 and 4 because it's just the way the engine is feeling it. So I just reset the misfire and no count, and this is where we can go right here where it says NOx reduction. You have to do this with just the ignition on, no engine running, at least with the auto. So I'm going to increase that count of 60 to 80. And then you click OK, and then programming is complete. One thing you need to do is just get out of here, turn the ignition off, because that programming gives that false warning on there, and then set the ignition back on. Alright, so just wait for those warnings to go away, which is usually the same time the scanner will be able to communicate. And then let's go over to live data. I'm going to select the engine RPM and the misfire counters and no counters, so we can see how it goes. Once I do this, you just go into show, and that's all we need. On the start, which it should not report any misfires, the car is just cranking, so you can see that those are very sensitive. But with that adjustment, the counts are gone. That was just the counts at the start, and I have nothing going on, neither cylinder 3, cylinder 4, or nothing. I also noticed by doing this that the idle is very stable. I was having a little bit what I call like a riding idle. So it goes like run, very minimum, but I was able to feel it, especially when you have a problem. You're like just looking at everything. I had to give thanks to my friend Ramon and a new friend that he actually put in contact with me too, Robert. We have a good conversation yesterday. They were looking at the video that I uploaded yesterday from this same car, and they recommend a few things like check the crank signal, because they saw that the amplitude on the signal was kind of like smaller on a section of the capture that I was doing with my scope. I actually didn't do that in the first thing in the morning because I wanted to like test drive the car, and I noticed that it wasn't as bad as it was yesterday counter wise. So I follow my gut, and this is how I proceed. But again, I mean, they were very good on all the advices and everything they gave me, and that's what is nice about YouTube. It's about, you know, a community to help each other. Sometimes, I mean, I might be a technician that works on cars every day, but you get stuck into something. I mean, your head doesn't think right. Somebody with a fresh mind can cut something like that you maybe are letting go. So it's nice. Definitely it's nice. I did see the difference. And I commented on the video. I just didn't thought it was that important because it's very minimum. But he was very specific to cut that. So we see in there that we have a little bit of a count on 3 and 4. And then I've been running the car the whole time that I've been talking to you guys. I mean, this will be already close to the 255 counts. I can feel the engine very smooth. The idle is super smooth. I did felt a little bit in there. One thing that I noticed on this engine is the intake is already with like a puddle of oil, and so is cylinder 3 and 4, which means we either have range problems or PCV system problem. But I cannot attack everything at one time. I don't feel any misfire, but that can change the mixture a little bit. Even that the fuel trims are not reporting anything, it can affect a little bit on one cylinder or spark plug. The spark plugs actually are clean. I swapped spark plugs yesterday, trying to make sure they were the right ones, because the customer provide those, but they were the recommended original, or what SAAB recommends for this car, which are NJK. So far, like I said, I mean, look at this. This is sweet. So I think this is a fix, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, thank you, Robert, and thank you, Ramon. I also have to give thanks to Keith, as always. He is trying to help, and Thomas from Canada. I thank you so much. He called me when I was doing because I even did a turbo a boost leak test on this car to make sure I didn't have any leaks in the intake, or the pressure side, and he was very kind to call me and help me out. So thank you, Thomas, a lot for your help as well. And again, I call this is the fix, and thank you so much, and don't forget to subscribe. I see you guys around.